Hello and welcome to Democracy 3 Africa. Now, I played a lot of Democracy 3 and its kind of DLCs and expansions, but I haven't played Democracy 3 Africa, which apparently aims to just kind of put a little bit of a spin on it, give you some nations that maybe have a few more problems, maybe have different problems, and I'm interested to see what kind of options we have for dealing with them and how we're going to actually manage to do this. So, we're just going to jump right into game. We're going to be playing as Botswana, who, if we read their last paragraph, it'll tell us the kind of problems we're going to be expecting. As well as addressing extreme inequality, Botswana must also combat the high HIV and AIDS infection rate in its population. The disease is a major contributor to Botswana's low life expectancy of 54 years. Foreign aid has been solicited to implement universal access to treatment and to fund educational programs lowering transition rates. So basically our main issue is HIV/AIDS. So let's go and see what we can do about that. We're just going to keep everything pretty much the same as it is. Apparently got 2 term limit and we got 5 years. So we got to be in charge for 10 years. Let's see what we can do about that. We will, as it said, try and fix this country's problems. Yeah, I don't need the tutorial. We're good. Right, first day of office. So we have no GDP, no health. Education's alright. It's not great, but it's alright. Crime is relatively low. So although people aren't feeling well and we don't have a lot of money, we don't have a lot of crime, which is good. Unemployment's fairly high, education's fairly alright, and poverty is fairly high. Okay, so let's see, what actual issues do we have? So we have class warfare, we have homelessness, we have malaria, which is a new one I believe for this game. We have HIV and AIDS, as we saw before, apparently that's our main issue. We have pollution, we have technological backwater, we have a skills shortage, we have an uncompetitive economy, we have desertification. Okay, that's a new one as well. Interesting. So there's a lot of things that kind of go into that. We have an asthma epidemic, and we have we have armed robbery as a problem. Okay, but we do have some positives. We have natural wonders, which means that we get a lot of tourism, so we could probably try and twist that into some more money that way. We have endangered species, again, tourism. We could probably turn that, we could press that to get more tourism. That might be what we want to do to get money. Okay, what have we got here? Stock exchange. Okay, and that's good because that gets us foreign investment and gives us stability, which I think is a new thing, actually. That's not something that you had in Democracy 3. Okay, let's think about this a little bit. So, we've been told this is our main problem. What basically contributes to that? So, red going in is good for us here because it's lowering the effect of this crisis. If you don't know, if we have a look in here, basically each one of these ones will have a start trigger, which is going to be down here for this one, and stop. Well, sorry, that's the stop trigger and a start trigger. So it's going to be, so generally I believe it is harder to start having a problem than it is to stop having a problem here. But what's good about this is we can see over time it has been going down. So we are getting closer to get to that stop trigger. So we'll see what we can do to get that to continue. Let's have a look here. So we have science funding lowers it, private healthcare, state healthcare lowers it. It really lowers our health in general, so that's probably one of our big contributors to health. Like, yeah, that and malaria. Okay, so foreign aid lowers that. What about malaria? Same. So if we could increase foreign aid, we could maybe get it so we can get this away. What gives us foreign aid? So foreign relations would lower, so negative foreign relations will lower foreign aid, I think. Petitioning for foreign aid will give us foreign aid. Okay. Well, what's making our foreign relations so low? Child labor. So they don't like that. Okay, but that does increase our GDP at all. Okay. Yeah, but it does lower democracy, makes liberals poorer and rurals like us, and lowers dislike us and lowers our education. So overall, child labor only seems to be good for our GDP. If we were to ban it altogether, that means that we'll lose a lot of money. Currently it's overlooked. We could make it legal as well, and that would get us another million. How much? Cancel. Yes, there we go. How much are we currently? Okay, so our expenditure is currently quite a lot. Deficit. Okay, so it's in the billions. So if we got rid of child labor, that's not going to affect our deficit at all. It's going to go up an extra million per quarter. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Oh, but to lower costs 30. Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's not going to work right now because we only have 28 power. Okay, so we'd want to get rid of that in the future, but we can't do that right now. Let's see, what else goes into foreign relations? Corruption lowers the amount, the benefit of foreign relations, I think. So if we gave more press freedom, that would lower corruption, therefore allowing us to get more foreign aid. So if we actually give us a lot of press freedom, liberals are going to like it and it's going to lower our corruption. So raising it doesn't cost very much. We'll apply the changes. Right, we're going all into that. We want to lower corruption and that will get us more good things. So let's go for maybe... we can't raise that. Okay, that's fine. That's already very high. Let's go for this independence one down here. Can't raise it. It's too high. Too much of a cost to raise that. Okay. Let's see. Police force. So if we have more police force, we're going to have less corruption. It's going to cost us $1 billion. Well, it's going to cost about $500 million. But that would greatly decrease our violent crime. Gives conservatives like it. Lowers our unemployment. Lowers class... Yeah, this seems really good to raise. So we'll go for a lot of police off the bat. And then we'll leave it there. We'll do a small change and see what happens with it. I don't need the tutorial. Thank you. So, nothing seems to have changed great. Nobody wants to vote for us right now. There is a lot of a deficit and there's a question about children's food. A law has been proposed to regulate the fat content, nutritional value of food sold to children, including food sold in fast food restaurants, and of course food served in schools. Okay. So we can either regulate or not regulate. We're not going to regulate because we don't have an obesity problem. There we go. Let's continue. So, how is this helping our foreign aid received? Doesn't appear to have changed it right now, but if you see here, all of these ones where it says like 8, that's number of turns until this is actually in effect, as until it's started changing things. So we need to see. Let's have a look at our corruption. Maybe that directly is a better place to look. So you see, police force is going to take 16 turns for that to come into effect and lower it. So although we've got press freedom and police force, it's going to take a lot of turns for that to turn into anything. So we'll leave that be for just now. It's also probably going to help us against armed robbery. In fact, we are dropping down quite a lot with that one. But we'll need to see. What else do we want to do? Well, we want to get... Let's maybe look at a different problem temporarily. Let's look at class warfare. Equality is the main contributor. What's causing equality to be a problem? So the alcohol tax. So taxes lower equality. Okay. Or we could raise it with something like schools. Okay, but we don't really have any money to throw around. In fact, we spent a lot on the police force. I'd prefer to do something that doesn't cost money. Let's have a look at a policy. We want to try and raise equality. Okay. What's this? Human rights oversight. Protect fundamental rights which your citizens are entitled to by funding domestic monitoring and enforcement officials. Doesn't cost very much, but that seems like that could help a little bit. Nature conservation could be good for our, that's it, for, I'm completely forgot, for our tourism. That could be good to kind of push into that. Anything else that we're looking for? It's probably going to be something like a public service. It's going to be our best way. International election observers. Okay. That might help us with foreign relations. Let's implement that. Everyone's after it. It doesn't, actually, but it does give us more democracy. Yeah, I guess we'll do that. It doesn't cost anything. We'll let foreign people have a look at that. Maybe something as simple as libraries. I mean, everybody's for it. Yeah. Let's just put that in. It's going to give us more quality. It's not going to be quick. Well, it's 4 implementation delay. That's not bad. I believe it's 4 quarters. So they're going to see an effect from that fairly soon. Anything else? I don't know. I'm just seeing if there's anything that jumps out and says this is what we want. Nothing there. Transport. We could have something like free bus passes. That should help. Well, it helps with poor earnings, which I think helps with inequality. We'll implement that as well, and we'll leave it there. So what we're really trying to do is we're trying to get equality to change and for it to go up. We'll see what happens. Curb banking bonuses. What's kind of disappointing is these are the same problems that we had when we were playing Democracy 3. I was kind of expecting them to be more tailored, but we'll see. Crime has gone down, which is nice. It was fairly low already, but it's nice that it's going down. Banking bonuses. Do nothing. There we are. Right. Let's see. So liberals are liking us more, which is alright. There is a security briefing, usually. If I go back into this, yeah. So there are quite... Yes, thank you. There are all of these where the more members and more threat that they have, the more people might be trying to join them. So the Women's Society is currently very unhappy with us. We might want to try and get some more gender equality going on. Let's have a look. We probably need to do a new policy for that, I would imagine. I did see one in here, the female genital mutilation ban. That's probably going to be fairly popular. Let's make it a heavily enforced ban. Right. What else do we want? Foreign policy. We don't really want restrictions from foreign investment right now. Power block alignment. Align the country with a coalition of powerful nations formed to create a sphere of influence that spans a large area of the globe. Okay. That could be interesting. We'll leave that for just now. Representation measures. Usually women although women usually comprise half of a country's population, they're often underrepresented in government. No, let's not do that one right now. What's this one? Agro-dealer networks. Okay, set up an agro-dealer network to improve information dissemination, supply chains, and produce distribution in farming communities. So farmers can attend... Oh, okay. That's an alright one. Anything that's else that's jumping out here? Open plan government offices. No, I think we're fine. Codes of conduct and all that are fine as well, but not necessarily something we need to go for. Anything jumping out? I don't think so. I don't think so. Maybe something like free school meals could be something that we can also add in. That's probably going to help again with a lot of poverty problems. We'll put that in there. We don't have a ton of money. What have we got here? Maternity leave? Yeah, let's go full on there. It's going to lower productivity, but that's not a problem for us right now. Yeah. And we'll leave it there. How is our foreign investment? I guess it is for foreign aid received. That's what we're looking for. It hasn't changed yet. Okay. How about corruption? Has corruption changed? Corruption hasn't changed yet. Okay. That's fine. And I assume that these are exactly... Well, this is still dropping. In fact, it's dropping maybe a little bit more. Like, it has ticked down a couple, but it's hard to tell at this exact moment. Malaria, it hasn't really dropped. Okay. Homelessness hasn't really done anything. Class warfare, it's tipping down. Just ever so slightly tipping down. Okay. If we get rid of that, that'd be good. Desertification. That's surprisingly difficult for me to say. It is actually going down. That's good. Armed robbery? That's dropping a lot. That's good. It's going to make elderly and conservatives like us a lot more. Okay. Next tick. Land conservation aid. So, the environment has gone up. Foreign aid is received has gone up. Rural has gone up. Socialists have gone up. Patriots have dropped down. Okay. That's fine. We've got 1% of people voting for us. Crime has dropped. Poverty has dropped. Well, that's good. Security briefing. Nobody new has joined the Women's Society. We have made enough progress there. Okay, and the Heritage Society has dropped as well. That's okay. No one is militarized, basically. Nobody has... like, all of these people here, they're all fine. They're just, you know, general kind of angry groups. These are the bits that we're worried about. nobody's gone and become extremists of their group, so we're fine. Okay, let's have a look here. HIV still dropping. Malaria is still dropping. Class warfare is dropping slightly. Homelessness is about to drop right off, which is really good. Armed robbery is going to end in 2 ticks, I think. Like 2 quarters. That's dropping. Nice. Asthma's actually about to disappear, which is really good. We didn't do anything about that. It's still working. Economy is still uncompetitive. Pollution is actually a problem that's about to stop. Environmentalist health and environmentalist membership is going to go up after that. Okay. Skill shortage still a problem. We're still a backwater. But overall, it's not the worst work. Like it could be much worse right now. Okay. Let's maybe go for some education. Let's get some what I'm looking for is, like, yeah, state schools. I want to just increase that. Well, I thought it was going to be lower. So, actually, that's absolutely fine. What are we looking for? We're looking for something about education. Science funding? Yeah, let's put another $500 million into science. Okay, it's going to get rid of the backwater. It's going to generally increase a lot of things for us. We'll get that going. We're still spending a lot, but our deficit's only gone up by about $1 billion, which may seem like a lot, but it seems like we're going in the right direction here. Any new policies we want to put in? I want to continue putting in good public services. Let's put in... I'm trying to find ones that are... Like, adult education seems fine. We'll definitely go for that. And in fact, we'll also, on top of that, put in technology colleges. We're looking for a lot of education going in here, and we'll keep a couple of points in case we want to spend somewhere else here. Alright, pollution is at an end. Fantastic. Crime has dropped, education has gone up. All drilling opportunities. So, all companies are keen to get permission to drill for oil in part of the country protected by as a wildlife refuge. Prevent it. We know where our money comes from. Our money comes from our natural wonders and our endangered species. Oil is not allowed. Right, security briefing. Only one who anyone has joined is the Human Rights Society right now. That's good. Right. Let's have a look here. HIV is going down. Fantastic. Homelessness has not dropped off the cliff, but it's still going down. Class warfare is going down. Malaria is kind of going down, but not a lot. Economy is turning slightly. Technological backwater isn't. Skill shortage should drop off very soon. We can see 8 turns, that's going to start dropping a lot. Okay. This one is kind of there. Asthma, just another one thing. Like, oh good, armed robbery is going to stop. Elderly and conservatives are really going to like that. The wealthy don't currently like our stuff here, but that's because of class warfare, which we are getting rid of. We are getting rid of that. Armed police would actually lower it more if we wanted. We could raise armed police. Let's raise armed police. Let's really go full out on the police force. Yeah. I think we'll leave it there. I think we're going in the right direction. Armed robbery is very much at an end. Unemployment has dropped. GDP has gone up. Education's gone up. Crime has gone down. That's all good. STD education program. Yes. Sounds fantastic. Don't need to read about it. Everything is dropping here, which is nice. So, yeah, we're going in the right direction again. Let's have a look. They've almost fixed HIV and AIDS. Okay. Class warfare is dropping. Malaria is dropping. Homelessness is actually finished. It's completely done. Okay, so that's going to be good. That's going to help a lot, because that affects... If we hover over homelessness here... that does go in. You can see it's got red line. Well, it means people don't like things, but increases crime. It also it actually doesn't affect that much. It's more, homelessness is more the symptom of a lot of things more than the cause, but it does make people not happy and does increase crime, so that's fine. Okay. What have we got here? This one's dropping. Asthma. Maybe one more health thing. Like healthcare vouchers, I guess. We don't want to spend too much, but like there seems fine. like 2 billion seems reasonable. I almost want to put in another tax, but there's not a great way of doing that. Cancel whatever I was doing there. I just want to see what's likely to get us. Oh, God, I didn't mean to go in here, but it's actually a good place to be. We have a look at. Yes, I know what these are. We have a look at our income. It's income tax, government borrowing, and then, you know, corporation sales tax, petrol tax, inheritance tax. Okay. Nearly all of our money comes from income tax. What's our expenditure? Debt interest is one of the main ones. Yeah. State schools cost a lot. A lot of our programs we started cost money. I just need to find a new income source. Let's have a look. Let's go into tax. What can we do? We can tax junk food. Nobody's gonna like it, but it's not gonna make us any money either. Look for things that will make us a lot of money and seem good. Potential income. Luxury goods would potentially get us a lot. Capital gains could get us a lot. Hybrid cars won't get us anything. Graduate tax? Possibly. Well, recreational drugs tax isn't going to do anything as we don't have any recreational drugs. Maybe something that makes people... Oh, Gender Discrimination Act? Ooh, actually that one seems very good if we get another problem like we had previously. None of these seem great for us right now. All of these are like subsidies. I'm looking for something like... Oh, I guess the welfare fraud department might help us a little bit. Okay, but it's probably not going to. I'm going to find something specifically that's going to give us a lot of benefits. We do import tariffs. That's not going to make us a ton... Nothing here is making us a ton of money. Really, our main problem is that our GDP is shot. I guess we could increase toll roads. Motorists aren't going to like it, but overall, it's going to work fairly well. It does lower quality, but I think it's good for us. And let's go with that. So, homelessness is at an end. That's good. Aid to eradicate disease. So, health, foreign aid, poorer socialists and patriots have gone down. So, they don't like this, but things are going well. Health has gone up. GDP has gone up. Unemployment has dropped to almost nothing. And education is up. Good. The only one, followers of the world, is going up. So, presumably that's like a environmentalist group. But everything else is dropping. So, that's good for us. Okay, we're going in the right direction. We still have a deficit. That's a big problem, but things are going in the right direction. Class warfare is going to drop in a couple of turns, maybe. HIV and AIDS has dropped off a cliff. It might actually stop in like the next 2 turns. Malaria is still a problem. Our economy is still uncompetitive. Technological backwater is turning, but it's going to take a while. Skill shortage is going to end next turn. That's fantastic. That's going to really help out because... If we look at skill shortage, it affects our GDP directly. Our GDP affects how much money we make. So, you know, it's absolutely fine. It's going in the right direction. I almost want to just skip this turn. Yeah, I don't think there's anything in particular I want to jump on at this exact moment. So, skill shortage is at an end. We got a message. One of our cabinet leaders is unhappy. Health has gone up. GDP has jumped, like, from here to here. So that's going to get us a lot more money. Unemployment is nothing. Education's high. Health is high. 1% in polls. Okay. Calls to leave union. As a member of a strong intergovernmental organization, our laws and economic policy are influenced by a harmonization process among its member states. There has been a rising sentiment of dissatisfaction with the influence of this organization over our society. So, we're the leader of this country and we will make the decision about this matter. The implications of exiting the international coalition are far too wide-reaching and nuanced for your average voter to conceivably understand, or we can hold a referendum. Yeah, I think we will make the decision as that makes a lot more sense. Everything's dropping here. Going well. Okay. HIV and AIDS has not completely dropped down. It's mostly dropped down, but not completely. Okay. Capitalists are actually fairly happy because our GDP is going up. Like, our GDP is skyrocketed. That helping anything else? Our economy is still uncompetitive. Our technological backwater is changing. Yeah, okay. Asthma's still a problem. So we need to get rid of this HIV and AIDS. There's something we can do, like, that will drop it down by a lot. Family planning? Yeah, implement a program of family planning to improve sexual health in your country. That sounds like it should help, in theory. Yeah, that should definitely help. It's going to cost us a little bit, but it's going to be well worth it. Religious and conservatives aren't going to be happy. Population growth is going to drop down, but that's all okay. Religious and conservatives don't seem to be awfully unhappy at us. No, they're fine right now. So that's fine. Anything else that we can do here? Nature conservation. Actually, I think I'm gonna heavily go in for that because I want our environment to stay good. That is 100% something we need. And is there anything else I want to grab here? Foreign language curriculum. Actually, that seems really useful because we want more. Yeah, we want more foreign investment. We want all of that foreign investment. Definitely. Patriots aren't going to be happy, but there you go. Oh, crime-free utopia. Like nowhere else, citizens of this country can now walk the streets safely and sleep sound in their beds knowing that crime is practically consigned to the history books. Excellent. Fantastic. We now have residential credit facilities, so citizens are able to consume with the use of credit cards. A stable and lawful lending environment led to banks freely offering microloans. The blanket issuance of residential credit will drive spending and the economy. However, some citizens will find their debt becomes unmanageable, driving them into poverty. That's not great. Apparently it's gonna be bad for the poor, but capitalists like it. Okay. I suppose that's good. Yeah, some of these ones don't have a lot of loyalty to us. We may need to ditch them soon. Still only 1% of the votes. Celebrity dies in prison. After violating a minor law, a popular performer has died whilst being held in prison. Members of the public have taken to the streets in protest, condemning the standard of our prisons. Let's launch an inquiry. Let's see how that goes. Security briefing, everyone's dropping. That's what I like to see. Nobody will vote for us, but everyone is dropping. Actually, what I do want to check, if we go back to our quarterly briefing right here, and then check the polls report. I wanted to see what our opponents are getting. Detail. I don't need the tutorial. Detail polls. Don't need the tutorial. It doesn't tell us what our opponents get. Okay. That's all I really needed to check there. Okay. I was wondering whether we're getting 1% of the polls, but if like 1% of people are voting, then that's still pretty good. Okay. Nothing's changed there. Asthma's gone back up. HIV has not changed, but family planning should change that in the future. Malaria, still a problem. Class warfare is almost dropped down. Okay. I think this is a good time to shuffle our government around a little bit. Some people aren't very happy. Let's reshuffle and get some new ones in. So, Foreign Affairs Minister. So basically, if you don't know, what putting new people in here does is it gives us more fist power, which basically allows us to make changes. And it also, I believe, the more loyal they are to you, or the more experience they have to you, the cheaper it is to make changes in their area. So, you know, it's fairly useful. We're just going to choose whichever one has the most fist power, but that's fine. So that's our foreign policy one. Have a look here. Wait, which one are we doing for? Welfare. It tells us at the top. So we probably want to give them their desired jobs as well. I didn't even check the first one because they had a high number, and I was like, oh, that's perfect. Welfare. There we go. 4.2. Economy. 4.7. Seems pretty good. Tax. 1 doesn't seem great. 4.4, no, he's not taxed. 3.4 tax, that seems alright. Yeah, 3.4 tax, let's put him in. Public services. There you go, 4.5 public services. Law and order. Again, looking for high numbers. Law and order, law and order. Oh, there we go. She'll do. And then transport. Transport, we're gonna go for 4.4, I think. Yeah, we'll go for 4.4. We don't really care what their sympathies are too much. But that now gives us more maximum capital per turn. It's all good. But I did use up most of our capital for this turn, so we have to just next turn it. Nobel Peace Prize. Fantastic. So everyone likes us, and patriots like us, and liberals like us. Good. Education dropped slightly, actually. Unemployment went up, but GDP also went up. Okay. 4% of the polls. That's not bad. Security briefing. Business first is kind of propped up a little bit. Those are capitalists. Let's have a look. HIV and AIDS is actually going up. Why is it going up? What has made it go up recently? Maybe foreign aid received has dropped? Yeah, foreign aid received has dropped, which is increasing the amount of HIV and AIDS we're getting. That's not great. Okay. Well, yeah, it's not great. Our deficit's going down, which is nice. Technological backwater is going down. Asthma, still high. Yeah, this one still going down. Okay, okay. Class warfare? Haven't dropped it completely, actually. Right of demonstration is increasing the class warfare. Okay. So, protect the right. So we can make those so there's no right for demonstration, and that will decrease class warfare? Do I misunderstand? Wait. Oh, it'll decrease the warfare by making... Yeah, it doesn't solve the problem. It just means that people can't complain about it, so it isn't a problem. Okay, so it stops them being able to go to the streets. Armed police. We already have submachine guns. Again, it just stops them going to the streets. Poverty's a problem. Okay. Everyone's not really happy about it. Equality is helping fix it. Okay, where's equality again? I thought equality was in this section. Oh, there we go. It's dropping. Okay. That's not good. That's probably because of our toll roads that did that. Okay. Well, what leads into it? Public libraries is good. Technological colleges actually lowers it. We could increase the state health service. It's going to cost us more, but I think it's going to be worth it. I think that's probably our easiest way of dealing with these problems. And it gets rid of HIV and AIDS a little bit quicker. There we go. That's our big purchase, and we're just going to go next turn. Oil price spike. A sharp increase in global demand for oil has caused its price to spike. The pump price of fuel has skyrocketed, resulting in a backlash from car owners and businesses alike. The cost of fuel subsidy to alleviate the situation would cost around 600 million. We're not going to interfere. 10% of the polls, security briefing, everything went up. Not great. HIV is still going up, despite us trying to drop it, but it was things that are going to take a long time to implement. That's the problem. This one's still a problem. Asthma's still a problem. That's uncompetitive economy, still a problem. Technological backwater's going down. Class warfare is still there. Yeah, it's going to take some turns for things to change. We need to do something quickly about some things. We do stuff like national service. That's probably not great. Now we got human right oversights, child limits. These aren't things that we're really that worried about at this exact moment. Capital equipment subsidies. Subsidize the purchase of manufacturing equipment. Again, not really what we're looking for right now. I'm not entirely sure what we want. We probably want more public services. I'm not sure. Maybe faith school subsidies? It's gonna make some people unhappy, but actually I think it's probably fairly good. Because it's gonna increase education some more. Okay. And then school vouchers, maybe. Oh, that's gonna increase private schools. That's not really what we're after. Youth club subsidies. That seems pretty good. Yeah. Continue pushing for things that are generally good public services. GDP went down. Education is through the roof. Squatters' rights. A large empty house in one of the best neighborhoods of the capital was taken over by homeless people. The house has been unused and empty for years. Lawmakers now arguing whether or not the squatters have the right to remain in the property. We're going to evict the squatters currently. We don't have a homelessness problem. Okay. Oh, interesting. The current size of the Congress for the Republic is 0. Not entirely sure what that's meaning for us, but okay. Interesting. So currently we have 0 members and 0 activists. I see. Oh, the Congress is our name, the name of our place. I see. Everyone's dropping down. Everyone's liking us more again. HIV is almost there. If we could have pushed things earlier with state healthcare, we would have got rid of it by now, because we would have dropped below the stop trigger. Technological backwaters still going down because of education. Nothing else is really dropping by that much, though. No, it's going to take a lot of turns for anything to really happen. Is there anything we want to get rid of here? What have we got? Executive term limit. We could increase the term limit. Just make it... Actually, there is no term limit. We can rule forever. That's going to take some time. Let's see. Devolution. Okay, so it goes into democracy and things. So if we change it this way, democracy goes up to local governments. Rural patriots aren't happy. Racial tension goes down. I'm not really worried about that. Also, we don't have the points to spend for that one. It's not a problem in our particular country. Civil service wage parity. If we increase that, state employees get more money. If we decrease it, don't. So it also increases health and education. Capitalists are the only people unhappy with, well, them and self-employed. Let's push into that. Yeah. Also says it costs us nothing, which is fine. Right, next. Nobel Prize, again. So GDP goes up. Patriots have gone up. Liberals have gone up. And Patriot membership has gone up. So this was for chemistry. Okay. 35% of people intend to vote for us in the next election. That's huge. It's gone up by a lot, and GDP's gone up. Nice. Okay. So, let's have a look at HIV. It's turning again. We've got it to stay still, but not quite gone where we want it yet. Economy's not better. Technological backwater hasn't ended, but when it ends, it's going to change our GDP by a significant amount, which is also going to help a bunch of other problems. Asthma's going down, which is nice, because the environment's getting better, I think. Our natural wonders and our endangered species are fine because of our regulations. Stock exchange is fine. Credit cards are fine currently. Okay. Can we get rid of child labor? We probably could, yeah. It's going to upset the poor. This is not going to change our GDP at all where we currently have it. But it is going to increase our education. Let's have a look. There. That would increase our education, I think. Wait, revert chain. Yeah, that would... If I move it here, final is 0. Yeah, so that would increase our education. GDP would lower our GDP, though, to do that. Yeah, I think we're probably in the best spot for that right now. State pensions, we could increase or lower. It currently contributes to poverty. Okay. Because there are none. Okay. Oh, but it contributing to poverty is good. Okay. Because it's actually taking away from poverty. Equality goes up the more we put into this. We could just go for like... Let's put another couple billion in. Yeah. Okay. What else could we do here? Labor laws? Well, who's this gonna annoy? Nobody? Doesn't annoy anybody, increases wages, democracy. This seems great. And it doesn't cost us that much. Let's do that. Right, next turn. Full employment. Absolutely everyone is employed. Have you seen long queues of jobless citizens queuing for work? Neither have I, nor will I. In this land of full employment, we owe it all to you and your work. Fantastic. Credit rating is downgraded. Oh. Oh, okay. Well, that's not great, but fine. 35% of people will still vote for us. And security briefing has gone up, but nobody has, you know, become militant yet. HIV is still a problem. And still going up. Because our foreign investment's going down. Technological stuff is going in the right direction still. Asthma is still there. Deserts are still appearing. Okay. Okay. Class warfare is still there. What have we got here? Minority, what's that? Sexualites. Yes, that's right. Sure. That's obviously sexualities, by the way. I just want to say that. I've read it. It's obviously pronounced that way. My brain just completely decided to make it the other way. This doesn't change anything. Like, on these numbers, it doesn't change anything. It's just pointless. Right. What have we got here? Political distribution. I don't care about people's opinion of me. They will love me. Eventually. We could lower crime further, but it's not really going to do anything. Our crime is nothing, right? Yeah, our crime is actually nothing. So there's no point in this section. Alcohol law. We could get rid of limits. It's going to increase alcohol consumption. Doesn't really do very much for us, though. I guess we could build more roads. It's not really going to help us a ton. Free bus passes is good. Military spending? We could lower military spending. It's going to lower our state employees. Isn't going to be great. We don't spend a lot. Foreign aid petitioning is at max. We could get rid of that, but it doesn't cost us any money to do it. So why would we get rid of it? Foreign aid. We could give foreign aid. Not quite. Not quite what I'm looking for. Compulsory national service could be alright. I suppose it would increase our patriotism, which is useful in certain circumstances. I don't think that's where we're going, though. Could allow for corporal punishment. Again, not really a problem for us right now. Land tenure. Establish a regime of farmers owning land that they work. That's alright. It's not great. Like, none of these are jumping out. Like, none of these are fixing my problem. Directly. I guess just finding out... Need to find out what our actual problem is, I guess. I guess maybe health tax credits. That's going to help us out a lot, because it's going to increase our health. Except, actually cancel that policy, because... Oh, it used all of our points to take it and cancel it. But it's because that would go into private healthcare, and we want them to use the state healthcare. I guess we just pass. Foreign liberation movement. Rebel forces from a neighboring country are seeking sanctuary. We've traditionally been sympathetic to their cause and benefit them greatly to base their operations out of our own territory. They're fighting to displace an oppressive authoritarian regime in their own nation. Okay. So, relations will sour with our international neighbor for that. Or, we could deny it. The wind of change will blow regardless whether sympathetic nations directly aid those revolutionary freedom fighters. Why jeopardize trade? Yeah, I guess we deny it right now. That's fine. 53% of people would vote for us. That's pretty good. Health has gone up. GDP has gone up this turn. Good. That's what I like to see. Health going up is generally quite good for us. We haven't got rid of any of our major problems, but it's good. Class warfare is still there. Technological backwater should drop still. We're getting there. We could change the creationism problem again. This is one that you get quite a lot in normal Democracy 3. Doing that would get rid of our technological backwater, but it's going to really annoy liberals, like religious and liberals. If we go halfway, Yeah, it's going to annoy them a little bit, but it's going to get rid of a lot of that backwater. Just enough to push it over the edge. That's what we're looking for. Low corruption lauded, sorry. So, foreign aid, foreign investment's gone up. Everyone likes us, liberals and patriots like us. 66% of people are going to vote for us, and yeah, people are joining all the groups. So everyone likes us more. Our technology's almost going to fix itself. Almost. It's just about there. That will solve a lot of other problems. HIV is still a problem. We almost got rid of it, but still a problem. Malaria. Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else that is a major issue? We go up to this one. What's lowering it? So, education, science funding, health funding, family planning. It's all lowering it. Foreign aid received is still the one that's giving the most to it. It's also helping our infrastructure. Revenue administration apparently increases our foreign aid. So we could push that up even further. Doesn't really give us very much to increase it further. If we lower it, what does it do? Increases the informal sector. What's informal sector? Oh, it's in the black market. Okay, that's fine. So, yeah, this doesn't really change very much. Capitalists would prefer us not to do that. Okay. Okay. Well, what else have we got that goes in here? I don't know. This goes into... Private healthcare lowers it. What goes into... So, yeah, that's actually lowered by by state healthcare. I'm seeing if anything else will go into this to increase it. Healthcare vouchers do increase it, but that's alright. Oh, I thought that would lower... No, state health service lowers the amount of people who use private healthcare. But we could still increase it again with healthcare vouchers, what we're doing. That seems like kind of... Doesn't seem great there. Like, it does seem like a little counterproductive, but that's fine. Anything else go into education or lower it? Technology goes into education. Maybe we just put even more into education. We just go fully in, like school vouchers. What else have we got? Food standards. That's probably going to increase health. Yeah, if that increases health, that's good. We'll apply those changes. And we're also going to put in some school vouchers. Even though it's a bit counterproductive, we'll put it in there. It's fine. It increases equality. And maybe we'll also put in free eye tests. Just because that'll increase health. There we go. Next turn. GDP has gone up even further. Nuclear test ban treaty. United Nations is pushing for a country to sign a treaty that would ban us from carrying out any nuclear weapons tests for research purposes. Sure. That's fine. 69% of people are going to vote for us. Security briefing, everyone's going down. That's because last turn everyone likes us better. Right. We still have a deficit. Our debt is still amazingly high, but we're almost there. Technological backwater has almost snuck under the amount it needs. Class warfare is still there. HIV is still there. Malaria is still there. This is still trending down, but not by much, if it is any. Asthma's still there. Yeah. Okay. I think we just skip the turn. Fracking. Do we want to allow fracking, or do we want to get rid of fracking? We want to ban it because we like environmentalists in our country. 69% of people are still going to vote for us. Everyone's still going down. Nobody's joining these, different groups. It's good. HIV. I think that's stabilized. It might be turning. That'd be good if it's turning. Malaria is dropping. Okay. Technology needs another turn. We're getting there. Asthma's kind of stabilized. Uncompetitive economies kind of stabilized. As much as I hate to say it, I think we take another turn. Intelligentsia. You've managed to preside over an unparalleled period of high educational achievement and turned this nation into the world's intelligentsia. Congratulations. Yeah, still technological backwater though, don't worry. Environment, foreign aid, rural and socialists and patriots don't like this. Okay, so that's pretty good. Corporate exodus has appeared. Okay, so that's because of our labor laws, corporation tax, and maternity leave. So our new labor laws of what it calls this one, it lowers our GDP significantly. Okay, that's not great. 75% of people would vote for us though, and GDP dropped. Technological backwater is going to end this turn. That's really good. That's really good. So that instantly affected it. It's lowered our GDP by 21%. So what we want to do, I guess, is lower our labor laws just ever so slightly. Like to like there. Yeah, because, well, if we lower it to there, that's probably going to be about the same. Yeah? Yeah, I think that seems reasonable. We'll lower it, and we'll next turn. Let everything kind of work its way out. Oh, need to actually click the button to return to government. That's okay. There we go. Credit rating has downgraded. Not great. Not great again. It does lower our GDP. GDP went up a lot though. We're about to finish our technological backwater. Yeah, that's definitely below it now. So we next turn night ends. Okay. Corporate exodus is about to drop down by a lot because we've just changed labor laws. Corporation tax says will also affect it. Yeah, so that's probably gonna drop it down by quite a lot. So that's gonna change it from, it's gonna drop it down to 28 points. Might be enough to get to the stop trigger, might not be. We'll see. Yeah, anything else we need to rush on? Not really. I almost want to tax something else. Like, we could tax tobacco further. But nobody's using it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. It's not going to make us any money. Alcohol tax? No. Income tax? We're about to hit an election, so we shouldn't do anything crazy. I think we pass again. Election. I told you about hitting election. Start count. So, yeah. 1 million people have voted for us. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Compared to, you know, if you add in opposition and non-voters, we're still well ahead. Breakdown. Every category voted for us apart from wealthy. Wealthy's the only one that didn't vote for us at full. And everyone turned out, apart from the one I can't see. Maybe. I'm not sure. Changes. So CO2 emissions has gone up. Unemployment dropped. Productivity rose. Violent crime dropped. It's all fairly good. Foreign aid received has dropped a lot, which is actually quite good for us. Right, next term. Legitimate leader. We have won an election. Managed not only to win the election, but take the majority of the entire electorate with you, leaving no doubt you're this country's legitimate leader. And electoral success. Fantastic. The backwater is now at an end. Class warfare is now at an end. And the asthma epidemic are now at an end. All at the same time. GDP has risen. Foreign drug smuggler. A foreign individual claiming to be flying home after a holiday has been caught with a significant stash of drugs in their luggage. Their own country has asked for them to be extradited to stand trial there, but there are calls for this criminal to remain here and be subjected to our laws. Well, we like foreign relations, so goodbye. We'd get 88% of the vote now. All of these have dropped. So, backwater is gone. Asthma is gone. Those are really good. And class warfare is gone. So all of those are good. HIV is dropping. Malaria's still kind of dropping. What's that one? Dictatorship. We're not a dictatorship, are we? No. Definitely not. Health is rising continually still. That's good. Uncompetitive economy is going to change because the technological backwater just got away. Corporate exodus is going to change over time. We'll see how... We might need to do more for that one. Deficit is dropped. Okay. I think, again, we take a turn. Quite a lot of this is taking a turn. Female leader has been elected as the head of the opposition. So women like that, liberals like that, conservatives don't like that. Okay. GDP dropped this time, actually. Okay. Economy's still uncompetitive. Corporate exodus is not going to be enough. Okay. HIV is still there, as is malaria. Okay, so we have about as much state health service as we can get. Deficit is dropping. I don't care about your charts. Right, I just want to see efficient taxes or efficiency is 100%. Expenditure, we spend money at 102% efficiency. We're so efficient at spending money. What could we drop? Military spending, I guess we could drop. It's not our biggest cost by far, but we could probably drop it, right? It affects unemployment, that's the problem. Income? We could raise income tax a little bit, couldn't we? We raise it a little bit. I guess it's an extra 2 billion. Middle class aren't going to be happy, but I'm going to apply that one. Okay. And I'm going to put in a new tax for... I don't know. Let's put in a graduate tax. Well, that's going to tax... Yeah, it's going to tax education, which isn't what I want to do. Capital gains. Non-salary income, such as stock market profits. What you could probably do is put in... How about a luxury good tax? We'll put in a really high one of those, and then we'll start putting in some tax credits as well. So things like enterprise investment scheme we'll put in. There we go. So we're saying we're going to tax you more, but we're also going to give you ways to get out of the tax if you do what we want. Power block switch. Okay. Our historic alignment with one of the largest world powers is in question. Their influence in global politics has waned with their economy. We've now been approached by their bitter rivals who are seeking an alliance. A new alliance would bring monetary and political support with it, but this may also be a good opportunity to sever our ties and go our own way. So we can forge a new alliance, or we can express confidence we have in our own national identity, unwillingness to become involved in others' domestic affairs, believing our historic power block to join a non-aligned movement. We declare to the international community we wish to peacefully coexist. We're going to forge a new alliance. I think that's the right way to go. 90% of the vote would go our way. I think we're fairly secure on voters right now. Corporate exodus. We have one more turn till everything goes in. It's not going to be enough. Okay. So ideally we want to get rid of corporation tax, but... or a little bit of that, but it's not going to be easy. Labor laws we may have to put back the way that they were. If we drop those even further, like, yeah, we drop them down to there. That's probably going to be the best place for them. Unfortunately, we're going to have to put that back. Okay. Yeah, HIV, staying where it is, but it's 32 turns on those two things. Right, next. We'll see what we get. Border alteration ratified. We have ratified a border alteration with a neighbouring country, resulting in a small gain of territory. With this land has come its people, who are now within our sovereign borders. We must decide whether to integrate them as new citizens or deport them. Integrate. Yeah, 92% of the vote, still. There was no security briefing, I just realised. They're not worried in the slightest. Okay, so this is still going okay. We still got another couple turns before labour laws come in. Maybe that's till the last changes, because we definitely changed it again. This is still changing, just not going very quickly. It's going to take a lot of turns. Malaria? Still going down. I want to increase our health. What goes into health? Well, or what lowers malaria, actually. That would be a good one. State health service? Are we paying as much as we can into that? Yeah. Maybe there's something else we can do in public services. Not really. None of those are going to jump out at me and say that's how we're going to get rid of these problems. None of those either. Yeah. None of these are also helping out. Child benefit? No. Probably not. Rent controls, probably not. Minority representation measures, not actually a problem. Neither of those are for us, personally. None of those are a problem either. Yeah, there's not a lot that we can do to directly change them, unless there's something that's currently there. So infrastructure lowers malaria. So if we increased road building, that would lower malaria. Okay. I'll invest in it. Let's continue investing in that sort of stuff then. What have we got? National monorail service. Actually, subsidized school buses seems really good. Increases bus usage, which is what we're kind of at. Like, that would probably help a little bit. Yeah. Nothing else is jumping out at me as an amazing thing to take there, so we will next. Brain drain is developed. Okay, because of our luxury good tax. And food prices have gone up, so that's lowered our GDP. So, we need to get rid of this. It's all because of our luxury goods tax, so I guess we have to... We could ditch our luxury goods tax. It doesn't make us that much money. Yeah, it's gone. We've cancelled it. Our deficit's still there, but is dropping. Okay. We could stop our foreign aid petitioning. It's only really going to help the Patriot. Like, only the Patriot's going to like it. Military spending we could drop. And we have a lot of employment. We could just drop that by about $1 billion. Patriots are not going to be happy at all. How are they currently feeling? They're not liking us, so I think we'll leave that where it is. Public libraries, no. University grants, no. We could change the creationism thing again. Make it further in a direction, but that's not a problem. Freedom of Thought Association. Nope, not a problem. Youth club subsidies. None of those are jumping out at me again, saying that's what we need to do. Okay, let's just continue on our building. Let's build a monorail. Huge monorail. Building it. Right, next. We're pushing for infrastructure now. Technological advantage. Fantastic. Increases productivity and GDP. We finally have something that's actually increasing our GDP because we're ahead in technology. Credit rating is downgraded again, which lowers our GDP just as it rose up. Okay, nobody's trying to kill me, but still, it's not great. Brain drain. That should pretty much just disappear when the luxury goods tax disappears. Which it has pretty much disappeared. Our deficit went up by quite a lot actually for that, but fine. Corporate exodus is going down. Okay. Uncompetitive economy is going down, which is nice. All of these are good things. All of these are good things. This one is also still fairly good. Endangered species are still fine. Our natural wonders are still fine. Okay, these are fairly high. Fairly high. I think we pass a turn. Our debt is insane. It's kind of a problem. Factory farming law. We have to leave unchanged. It would lower our money. GDP has dropped still. Corporate exodus is about to end, which will fix some of our GDP problems. Brain drain is gonna end soon. Yeah, those will both fix our GDP problems when they disappear. Pass. I'm happy. One party state. Congratulations, you have all but banished the thought of any other political parties from the minds of the electorate, reducing other politicians to mere has-beens. Leader suddenly dies. The leader of the government has suddenly and unexpectedly died. They suffered a massive heart attack from which they never recovered. You, an interim leader, have been put in their place until elections can be held. Interesting. That's an odd one, because the game ends if you get assassinated, so... Weird that you dying from a heart attack does not end the game as well, but everyone's unhappy, basically. Credit rating is downgraded again! How are we meant to get out of this if you keep lowering my credit rating? Right. All of those are ending. like in 2 turns. There's not a lot we can do. I think it is a matter of just take turns. Safeguard all supplies. Representatives from all companies based in our country have requested that the government deploy troops abroad at our foreign oil refineries in order to protect them from terrorist attacks. The governments involved are happy for our troops to be stationed there. Sure, it'll help. It'll make the Patriots will be happy. GDP went up. So, brain drain is about to end. GDP will go up. That'll probably help our economy. Corporate exodus has not ended. That's so annoying. It was like 1 away. I don't want to lower corporation tax because it's one of our only money makers, right? Or wait, does it actually make us money? It makes us a little bit of money. Still worth having. We could increase petrol tax. Motorists will be outraged, but actually that'll probably be pretty good. I'm gonna that's gonna lower our GDP by quite a lot. Only lowers our GDP up to that number. I'm gonna raise petrol tax and lower corporation tax. Oh dear. There we go. Yeah. We'll lower it a little bit. Oh, we don't have the capital. Okay, well, it's going to be an interesting next term. Healthy minds and bodies. They say that nothing really matters as long as you, in this case, your entire country has their health, and a medical report has never been so positive. Oh, that's good. GDP's going up. Brain drain is at an end. Fantastic. More money. Speed limits. Major motorist pressure group has lobbied government to get speed limits on our major roads raised. Unfortunately, we're going to have to go for no change, because we don't like motorists in our current situation. And we just raised the petrol tax by quite a lot, so. Corporation tax, where are you? I've completely lost. There we go. Oh dear. There we go. That's our thing for this turn. Are we looking? Corporate exodus has not ended. Uncompetitive economy is going down still. HIV is still going down. Malaria is still going down, but actually it might overtake HIV. Nice. Refugee crisis. Patriots, conservatives are unhappy. Immigration people are happy. Okay. GDP's gone up. That's nice. This has not ended yet, but corporation tax will end it. Yeah. That's probably going to work. Uncompetitive economy is disappearing because corporation tax has gone down as well. That's going to help that. Okay. It's all going in the right direction. I'm actually happy with how it's going. Credit rating upgraded. Increased their GDP and capitalists are happy about that. Good. Absolutely fine. There's still no security alerts. Okay, our uncompetitive economy is going down. Nice. Corporate exodus is about to end, increasing our GDP again. Okay. All going in the right direction. Pass again. Corporate exodus is at an end. GDP has gone up. Livestock imports. Because of foot and mouth disease. Let's reject the ban. We want to keep the corporations happy. That's at 100% of people will vote for us, by the way. Deficit's almost gone. Uncompetitive economy is almost gone. Malaria is almost gone. HIV is almost gone. Pass. Pass again. Cabinet ministers unhappy. Okay, credit rating went up again. Legal scandal. Corruption went up, and liberals don't like it. But GDP went up to BBB. Nice. Not credit rating went up to BBB. That's nice. Productivity's low now? Okay. That's fine. HIV is almost there. Malaria is almost there. How do we get rid of productivity? Well, how do we get more productivity, actually? That's where I'm going for. Which one of these is productivity? I know it's one of these, right? Productivity. Alcohol consumption lowers it. We could raise the alcohol tax. Yep, that'll do it. We're looking for more taxes. We have a surplus. We're making money. It's happening. Housing expansion. There's a shortage of housing. Do we want to relax planet laws? Yes. Yes, we do. Poverty is going up, which is bad, I think. But that's because we raised a tax on alcohol. Okay. That's fine. Uncompetitive economy is still there. HIV is going down. Malaria is going down. Not by a lot, but is going. Right. Productivity. Did that spike it at all? Well, we can't see from alcohol consumption. So we need to go to alcohol consumption. That should lower in 2 turns. So we'll see how that affects productivity. What else affects productivity? Unemployment affects on. The lack of unemployment affects productivity? Maybe. Okay. And that leads into our uncompetitive economy. Technology affects it. Okay. What we could do is we can increase our technology even further by... we could give grants to... Oh, we could go back into tax and start giving credits for things as well, like school tax credits. Because that was part of our plan, was to put in more tax credits for things like schools. Yeah, even though it increases private schools, we're still fine with that. We want there to be tax credits for things we want them to do. Health tax credits as well, same logic. Right, next. UN ambassador. Who are we going for? Patriot or popular figure? Popular figure. There we go. How are we looking? Uncompetitive economy still there. Malaria still there. Still there. The extra health service things are helping still, but not by a lot, but they're helping. Okay, how's our productivity looking? We still want it to go up, basically. Nothing's really jumping out at me about that. Okay, how else do we get productivity? Well, I guess we can continue on our tax stuff. Let's have a look here. Micro generation grants, that's going to help environmentalists. Health food subsidies, we want health to go up, and per earnings are nice. Okay. And let's tax junk food, actually. Let's fully tax junk food as well. We're going for things that increase health as well in here. Plastic bag tax, don't care too much. Small business grants, technology grants, that's a good one. That's going to help out a lot. It's going to increase productivity as well. Nice. Multinational builds headquarters here. GDP went up, unemployment dropped. Everyone likes us capitalists like us. Poverty is going up, unfortunately. Health went up, GDP went up. Nice. Okay. We're making a deficit again because we're spending more money. Uncompetitive economy is dropping because our productivity is raising, I think. Yeah, it's going up. Okay. That's good. HIV is dropping. Malaria is dropping. We're getting there. We're almost there. Anything else we need to do drastically? Not sure. I think we're good. Petrol protests have arisen because of the petrol tax. GDP, everyone, motorists and car users are unhappy about this. Our cabinet minister is unhappy. Euthanasia. Do we want to allow it or leave it unchanged? We want to leave it unchanged because we want religious people not to hate us. Okay. Seems alright. Deficit's still there. Uncompetitive economy is almost gone. HIV is almost gone. Malaria is almost gone. Okay, next turn. Pollution has developed, but is actually is already on its way to not developing after it's developed. Chancellor resigned. Oh no, we're going to have to do some more stuff with our cabinet. Apparently just ignoring it was not a good way to solve that problem. Let's put in a new one. For tax, we're going to put in this guy. And for transport, we need to fire and rehire somebody who's slightly more into it. You know what, how about this guy? He doesn't want a job, but he's still pretty good at it. Foreign policies. Fire, rehire. We're looking for... you know what, you'll do fine. That's fine. Some people aren't happy actually now. Okay. Fire, public services. I'm just trying to get these done. Fire. We should have just reshuffled our whole cabinet at this point. But it's fine. You know what, we'll put in that guy. There we go. It's not great, but it's okay. Deficit's still going up. I guess we need to get rid of... Well, petrol protests are going down, apparently. We could lower the petrol tax slightly. Just, you know, a little bit. Yeah, okay. Uncompetitive economy is about to go away. Malaria is about to go away. HIV and AIDS are about to go away. Market meltdown happened, alright. That's not great. Capitalists aren't happy. Global economy went down. Socialism went down. Okay, credit rating downgraded. GDP went down. Health went down. Still, we get 88% of the vote, but still not happy. That's knocked it from going below the level. Malaria just got knocked from going below the level. HIV just got knocked from going below the level. Ah, oh well. Right. And that's the last turn. Start the count. That's pretty good. We got another 500,000 people to vote for us. More people didn't vote than voted for the opposition. That's really crazy. Everybody voted for us now. 99% of the poor, voted for us, and 100% of the poor turned out to vote. That's pretty good. Changes. Health went up a lot. Violent crime went down. Okay, since I was first elected. Yeah, all of these are good. Bus usage went up. CO2 emissions is our only problem, but actually, at the previous time we saw this, it was 22%, so that's not that bad. You know, it's overall fairly... I think that was pretty good for a first try on this, different style of Democracy 3. Human development. Okay, that's good. Up almost 100%. I think we left the country in a good place. Almost eradicated disease. Almost fixed the economy. It's good. I mean, there's a lot more debt than there used to be. But it's debt that, it's not foreign aid receipt. That's not our... We're not, propping it up with foreign aid anymore. We've got rid of that, so... It's all fairly good. We'll retire in glory. Landslide victory. There's nothing short of electoral landslide, which shows you that you have fundamentally won the political argument in the minds of the electorate. Fantastic. The only thing left to look at the end of this is the compass. Why do we... Oh, because it's each election. I was like, why do we have two of these? But we have two elections. Interesting. It doesn't say when... Interestingly, it doesn't actually say what your, which order these were in. It just says, here they are. So, but one of them we were kind of socialist liberals, and the next one we were capitalist. I think this was the first election. This was the second one. So yeah, that's interesting. What might be cool is just trying, trying to see what else we can do with this. Seeing, what kind of different things. I'm thinking that there were a lot of options there where we could have gone dictatorship police state, trying to, shut down things. That could be a fun way to go. There are a lot of different options. There's also other countries that have a whole range of different problems, so it could be interesting to see what we can do with that. Yeah, what I will say about this game is that you will notice that most of your results, if you're doing well, will be in this section or this section. They'll be roughly down here. Because actually, this is a problem with the game, is that it's very... it's written by one guy, effectively, I think. I think this might be a one-person product. It might have started off as one person, then there were multiple on it. But anyway, this is effectively a small group of people, or one person, kind of working on this game, right? And there's obviously going to be biases in there. So, and you can see them. If you play towards the biases, it's going to work. Luckily for me, that's my natural tendency, is to not care about what the actual result is on there, and just not care about what the options are and just go for, like, I want this with this, you know, this has this effect, therefore I'll do that kind of thing. But you'll find that those tend to end up down here if you're doing well. But we'll see if we can twist it. We'll see if we can break it. We'll see if we can get up into this territory as well at some point. Anyway, I'm going to end this first episode here. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, tell me you enjoyed it, and we'll do more of it. I'm planning to make this a weekly thing, so next Sunday you should see another episode of this. Please tell me who you want to see. We've got a couple of different ones. We've got Mauritius, Botswana, Tunisia, South Africa. I think there are more than there were in the base game, but I could be wrong. Ghana, Senegal, Zambia, Kenya, Nigeria, and Egypt. Now, what's interesting is, you know, like, not all of these countries have the same problem. Like, a lot of them actually have significantly different ones. Like, South Africa has significantly different problems than Botswana had. Like, in the same with Egypt, you're going to have a lot of problems with, you know, like, different... Like, I wonder if when this game was made, actually. I was trying to think. Yeah, also there's revolutions. Yeah, National Uprising 2011. So it does actually kind of bring that up as a problem. So, you know, there are going to be different problems in each country. So it's very interesting to see what kind of stuff we'll be dealing with next time. Anyway, so, you know, tell me what we want to see next. Like, subscribe, all that kind of rubbish. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.